Right now, there are more people moving to the West Valley of Phoenix than almost any other part of Arizona, and they're not spreading out evenly. And there are a handful of specific towns out here that are absolutely booming in 2026. And if you're planning a move, picking the right one could be the difference between buying in front of the growth or buying after everyone else already did. So let me show you exactly where people are actually moving and why. What's going on, everybody? I'm SHANDELIN Anderson, your neighborhood realtor here in the West Valley of Phoenix, and I watch this stuff every single day. Where the buyers are going, where the builders are building, and where the smart money is landing. So this isn't a guess. This is what's actually happening on the ground here. Now, here's why this matters. When people say, I'm moving to the Phoenix area, they usually picture one big blob of a city. But the West Valley is a bunch of very different towns, each with its own vibe, price point, and growth story. More to the right, move to the right one for your life and your budget, and you get in ahead of the appreciation. The new restaurants, the new freeways, move to the wrong one or move blindly, and you might overpay for a spot that doesn't fit you at all. So today I'm ranking and breaking down the West Valley towns people are actually flooding to in 2026. What's driving each one, who each town is perfect for, and the honest catch on each. Stick around to the end because the last one the last one is a town that I think is the most underrated in the entire valley right now. So let's go. Let's start with the one that keeps making national headlines, Buckeye, Arizona. Buckeye has been one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country for years now, and it's not slowing down in 2026. Why are people moving to Buckeye? Two words, space and value. You get newer homes, bigger lots, and prices that make people from California and the coast do a double take. Layer on the jobs and the infrastructure moving to the far West Valley, the big employers, the Loop 303 corridor opening everything up, and you've got a town that's pulling in families, first-time home buyers, and people relocating from higher-cost states every single week. So who's it perfect for? Buyers who want the most home for their money, families who want space, and anyone who wants to buy in front of the growth rather than behind it. The honest catch, Buckeye is spread out and it's still filling in. You might buy near a dirt lot and that eventually becomes a home or a shopping center. If you need a fully built out, no surprises neighborhood on day one, then you want to be in a targeted established community rather than on the bleeding edge. But make no mistake, Buckeye is the growth king for the West Valley, and that's exactly why people keep moving here. Next, next up and climbing fast is Surprise. Surprise, Arizona. Surprise is quietly become one of the most in-demand cities in the whole West Valley, and the name fits because people are genuinely surprised by what they get here. What's driving it? A sweet spot of affordability, newer master planned communities, parks, sports, and spring training, and easy access to the 303. It's become the magnet for families and for active adults, and it's got everything that you need within 15 minutes away. Convenience that relocating buyers love. Who's it perfect for? Families who want newer homes and amenities without Buckeye's far out commute, and active adults who want a lower key, well-served town. The honest catch, because the Surprise is so popular, the best priced move-in ready homes go fast. When a lot of buyers want into a city, you have to be ready to move when the right one shows up. If you're serious about Surprise, get your financing lined up before you start looking so that you're not the buyer who misses out. Third, Goodyear, Arizona. And I think of Goodyear as a balanced all-star of the West Valley. It's not just the cheapest, it's not the fanciest, but it hits the sweet spot for the huge number of buyers that are landing on it in 2026. Why Goodyear? Location. You've got quick I-10 access. You're close to shopping and dining and healthcare. You've got resort-style master-planned communities like Estrella up in the foothills with the real mountain views. And you've got a lot of growing job base right on the west side. It's the town where people who want a newer home and an easy commute and everything close by tend to end up. Who's it perfect for? Commuters, families who want convenience, and buyers who want a little more polish than the far edges of the valley. The honest catch, that convenience comes at a slight premium. Goodyear can run a touch higher than Buckeye or Surprise for a comparable home, but for a lot of people, that convenience is worth every dollar. Quick reminder, while you're here, if you want to know what your current home is worth so that you can figure out your West Valley budget, my free home valuation tool is linked in the description. 30 seconds and you'll get real numbers. So on to number 4, and this one is having a real moment. Glendale, Arizona. Glendale sits a bit closer to the central Phoenix, and it's booming for the reason you can actually see going up: entertainment and development. Glendale has become the sports and entertainment hub of the West Valley, with major stadiums, arenas, and a wave of new development and attractions bringing jobs, restaurants, and energy to the area. That's kind of a billion-dollar investment. That kind of a billion-dollar investment doesn't just create a fun place to visit. It drives housing demand because people want to live near the action and near the jobs that it creates. Who's it perfect for? Buyers who want to be closer to Central Phoenix, people who love having entertainment and dining right there, and anyone who wants a more established city with a newer development layered in. The honest catch? Glendale is more built out and varied than the newer towns, so the neighborhood you choose matters a lot. Some pockets are brand new and thriving, others are older. This is exactly where having a local walk you through the specific area pays off. And now, the one that I told you to stick around for, the most underrated corner of the West Valley in 2026, the Waddell and Litchfield Park area, and the pockets tucked around them. Here's why I love this for the right buyer. Litchfield Park has this established tree-lined resort town charm, with a lot of the newer areas are still decades away from having. And Waddell, just north, gives you larger lots. Some have no HOA options, mountain views, and that little bit of breathing room, while still being close to Luke Air Force Base, shopping, and freeways. Now, for military families, for people who want a bit of land, for those buyers who want character over cookie cutter, this area is a genuine hidden gem. Who's it perfect for? Military and veteran families, buyers who want space or a semi-custom feel, and people who value established charm. The honest catch, so that you have to be patient and know what you're looking for, which again is where I come in. But when the right one pops up in this area, it's one of the best values in the entire West Valley area. So why should you trust all of this? Because the growth isn't an opinion. It's showing up in the data year after year. Buckeye, Surprise, and Goodyear consistently land near the top of the fastest growing cities lists in America. Builders keep breaking ground, employers keep announcing, and the moving trucks keep rolling in. So when the whole region grows like this, decade over decade, the people who buy in the right town at the right time are the ones who benefit most from every new job, every new road, and every new neighbor. So here's what to do with this. Step 1, get honest about which town actually fits your life, your budget, your commute, and your must-haves. That's the single most important decision in your whole move, and it's exactly the conversation I love having. Call or text me at 540-623-4143 and tell me what matters to you. And I'll tell you which West Valley town to focus on and which ones to skip. Honestly, even if it's not the one that you expected. Step 2, if you're buying, grab my free buyer's guide in the description so that you can understand the whole Arizona buying process, especially if you're relocating from out of state. And if you'll be selling a home to make a move, run it through my free home valuation tool, also linked below, so that you are working with real numbers. If this has helped you get your bearings, subscribe, because all week I'm breaking down exactly how to move to and buy in the West Valley the smart way. I'm SHANDELIN Anderson, your neighborhood realtor. Talk to you later.